I was drinking my cappuccino when my wife, Amanda, suddenly snapped at me, "Go to hell, just leave me alone," and stormed off. Just as I was about to enjoy my solitude, Lester called. "Are you alone?" he asked. He had a job for me, one that would help me pay off my debt to Madrazo. The moment I heard the offer, I quickly hung up and rushed to Lester's house. Well, just kidding. I drove there, of course. Meanwhile, Madrazo sent me a text. "Time's running out. Pay up." Before I could even process that, Amanda, who had just left me alone at the cafe, called. She said the police had stopped her. Without hesitation, I jumped into my running through every red light on the way. Not that it's anything new. I always run red lights. I arrived at the scene and started looking around for Amanda. I got out of my car calmly and listened to the conversation. A cop was talking to a guy who was making a complaint. Turns out, Amanda had bitten him. In my head, I was thinking, "Oh, he got bitten. Buddy, I've been suffering from her nagging for years." And there she was, sitting calmly in the background like a snake. Once Amanda was put in the police car, I hit the gas. The cops opened fire, but Amanda didn't get hurt. Thanks to her, now the entire Los Santos police force was on our tail. Then, just like a Hollywood action movie, we crashed. The car flipped over and flew off a bridge. And Amanda? Still nagging? "We just crashed, woman. Can you shut up for a second?" After a long chase, I managed to shake off the cops. I made a U-turn and headed home. My family might not love me much, but as a father, I always try to protect them. As Amanda got out of the car, she said, "At least you didn't get the car wrecked," and thanked me. For the first time ever, I heard my wife say, "Thank you," but I wasn't done yet. I grabbed my gun and ran toward a police car. A crazy idea popped into my head. I should scare Lester. I entered Lester's address into the GPS and drove off. When I got there, I pounded on the door, yelling, "FBI, open up!" I had to climb the stairs, long stairs. As I was going up, Lester greeted me. "Welcome," he said, and told me to follow him to his office. "Damn, Lester, since when do you work in places like this?" Lester told me to cut the jokes. He explained that we needed to scout the target location before pulling off the heist. He handed me a pair of glasses with a built-in camera, and we hopped into the car. Once we arrived, Lester stayed in the car, giving me instructions. I casually ran toward the entrance. Casually running? Sounds ironic. I unlocked the security doors, then, like an idiot, slammed my head into a glass door before entering. I quickly scanned the area and started taking photos of the cameras, ventilation system, and alarm. To avoid suspicion, I struck up a conversation with the store clerk. I told him I was thinking of buying a golden bracelet for my wife, Amanda. Then I said goodbye and left, running again. Because I'm a runner. Life is a game, and I love running. Lester told me that we needed to find a way to enter through the ventilation system. As I drove around, I spotted the perfect entry point. I climbed the stairs to the second floor and kept going up toward the rooftop. Out of breath, I muttered, "Man, I'm getting old." Lester laughed. "Well, Madrazo likes old guys. I have to do this to pay him back." Then I started taking pictures. Lester yelled, "Idiot! Stop taking random pictures. Find the main vent and take a proper shot." All right, I sighed. I climbed every possible vent and finally found the right one. "I am Batman," I declared. Lester groaned. "When will you stop joking around?" Just to annoy him, I took even more photos. Lester cursed again, saying I was taking pictures of all the wrong places. Finally, I snapped the right one and the job was done. Lester shouted, "Get your ass back here!" I jumped, climbed, and flipped my way back down like Batman. As soon as I got in the car, I did some burnouts in the parking lot. "Look at us, we're thieves, totally not suspicious at all." We drove back to Lester's place. There was still work to do. His assistant greeted us at the door. The moment we entered, Lester proudly showed me his planning board. Every detail was in place. "So, plan A or plan B?" he asked. "C," I replied. Lester lost his mind. I chuckled and finally picked a reasonable plan. Then I selected the team for the job. Kareem, Gustavo, and Paige. But right as I was about to confirm Paige, I had a sudden realization. She looked exactly like the woman from the GTA 5 trailer. It was too weird. So I chose Ricky instead. Yep, the guy who keeps getting viruses on his computer. Lester clapped his hands. "The team is set!" As I left, an idea hit me. Why not bring Franklin in on this job too? I got in my car, picked up my phone, and called Franklin.